Hello everyone and welcome to Take Note. I'm Huang Jiyuan. Today, let's talk about the Japanese Prime Minister, Sanai Takaichi. Now, I've seen many reports about Takaichi. Some celebrate her as Japan's first female prime minister, a trailblazer. Others frame her as Abe's successor, something she herself often plays up. And of course, there's the ultra-conservative angle, the far-right ideologue label, warning she might roll back progress and destabilize East Asia. I get that. They are important parts of her political brand. And yes, she does fit those descriptions. But here's what I caution against: predicting or analyzing her policies and actions solely through those lenses. Strip all that away. What do you get? A politician who once worked for someone with opposing views, then turned to TV to build fame and name recognition, entered electoral politics, and spent over 30 years in the national diet. That's the Japanese parliament. Someone who climbed to the top, despite a shaky candidacy, and now leads a minority government. So beyond all the fanfare and headlines, what we really see is a seasoned political operator with a weak domestic power base. Her top priority, and it will remain so, is consolidating her own power. Until she gets it, looking strong will matter more than being strong. Now, what do I mean by that? Take last week's remarks. One question about China's Taiwan region, she said if warships, that's Chinese mainland's warships, are used and other armed actions are involved, I believe this could constitute a survival-threatening situation. She used that to argue Japan's self-defense force could then exercise limited collective self-defense. It made global headlines. Media outlets were quick to amplify the quote, stirring up hype and speculation. But let me ask you this. Does that mean anything? Do you think, in that scenario, that she'd actually send Japanese troops into direct military conflict with the Chinese military? Let's not forget, this is China in 2025, not China in 1931. A seasoned politician like Takaichi won't take that risk. When she made those earlier remarks, she was speaking to her parliament, her domestic audience. Prices in Japan are soaring, society is on edge, and her own coalition and her own party are divided on how to proceed. As weak as her standing already is in the diet, she can't afford to show more cracks for her opponents to exploit. So projecting strength is the only strength she has. But, oh boy, she picked the wrong bear to poke at. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian said in a press conference that her remarks were gravely inconsistent with the political commitments made by the Japanese government and egregious in nature and impact. In plain terms, that was being two-faced and toxic. This is a red line issue, not something she can simply toy with and expect leniency. She is punching way above her weight. But this is what politicians like her do when they are weak or losing control. Whether that's cozying up to Donald Trump, getting intimate with other leaders at summits, or playing up her admiration for Margaret Thatcher and heavy metal, all of that serves one purpose: to look powerful and in control. But here's the thing. True strength never needs to prove itself. So am I worried she will suddenly shake up East Asia? Nah. It's not about capability. Japan did it 80 years ago, but not now. Not with someone who's more about performance than power. We can't let someone rock this boat just for their own interest. And we won't let politicians use Taiwan to make themselves look tough. No provocation tolerated.